Good morning, guys. It is early morning. I'm going to start with a story to explain why I look this way, and I'm going to be acting the way I'm acting. Um, I have a lot of personal, family, and personal stress going on, and I've been only the last few days struggling with sleep. So I desperately needed sleep this morning, and even if it was going to be a nice day, I said just sleep, and who cares what the weather is? Stay in your bed and stay and rest today in the house. So I could try to sleep. I'm in my bed at 8:30 last night and don't fall asleep till 1 o'clock. About 4:30, I'm woke up by the most crazy thunderstorms I've ever heard. Power goes out. The neighbor's cat upstairs goes crazy, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We don't get the power till sometime this morning, and it was almost 90 degrees yesterday here, so it was very hot. Um, so I finally fell asleep like about an hour and 40 minutes after I was awake, and I went back to sleep, slept a little bit. My neighbors left; they went to work. They had to work today, which sucks because they never work on Saturdays, and they had to work after they were up too. I heard them. It was dead silent. Um, so anyways, I finally go back to sleep once again, and I'm in a deep sleep, and my doorbell is the most obnoxious doorbell. It's like that. And I just sprung out of bed. I got up, and I've been waiting for a few packages for a while. Um, so sometimes she rings it if she gives me a package, but then I'm like, it's Saturday. That girl doesn't work. I open the door, and this is not being offensive to anyone if this is your religion, but it was the Jehovah Witness, and I kind of was a little rude. And one, they're not even supposed to be in our community, and two, I told them like, listen, a lot of my neighbors, and it's true, work till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and they do sleep till the late morning. I said so. Yeah, it was my choice to sleep at this point. But if you wake other of my neighbors, they're gonna tell you off. So yeah, I don't see them outside here now. So so anyways, I decided since I'm up and I just don't feel like making breakfast yet that um I'm going to show you a book haul. I really did not need to get books. But yesterday there was a couple and I drove like a half hour away and went to a Goodwill and made a little adventure for like 3 or 4 hours. Um, this coming month, I should not be at a book sale. I'm going to be in Michigan. I can't bring any back because I'm flying this time. And then it'll be Memorial Day weekend and they don't do book sales. So it looks like I'm going to have like from today, the 29th, to then no book sales. And I'm hoping to read quite a bit of books and clear off some of what I have because June, there's a few book sales I really want to go to, and that's my birthday. So I'm going to show you the first boring thing. I did get the almanac. That's really good information for me as a writer. Actually, a lot of ideas of articles come from almanac. I also got Our Bodies, Ourselves. Um, I rate a lot of women's health stuff, and I really like knowing about it, especially even things that may have happened to me in the future. I like being knowledgeable about my own health, so that was a great copy. And then I did get a couple Eat This, Drink This, Not That. This is the one that's the best of. So, and I think I've read this one before, but I like these. I'll probably sit around with these maybe today. It's a nice day and scan through them. I've been on a James Patterson kick. I have a ton, but I picked up Honeymoon, which is a standalone, and Second Chance, which I have the first one of the series. It goes like $20, I think. So I decided to pick up the second one. Let's see. I picked up this book. It's called Listomania, and it's just a bunch of lists and stuff that's all in graphics. So 28 Wonders of the World, 11 Deadly Pastimes. So 11 deadly pastimes. Number one, free riding, motocross, base jumping. Um, I opened it last time to something with fashion scandals. 19 strange building materials. It's just like really interesting. Then I got this personality book. You answer questions and you figure out what type of personality you are. This is actually really interesting because a job interview I just did online for writing, how do we do something similar? And I guess it's because they want a certain kind of personality to work for them. So I saw this, it's brand new, so I picked it up. And then this, I have been wanting for a long time, something like this. It's the National Geographic, An Uncommon History of Common Things. So they literally put cigars, why we do pink and blue for babies, Halloween, April Fools, cookies, pies, every little common thing. They give you a history. This is like my favorite thing. I had a book several summers ago. It was a huge book that did something similar, but it was really outdated. And I had gotten it at a book sale. But this one is from, does it say? This one looks like it's relatively new, and this is like a new copy, so that's really fun. And then I picked up, let me see, I only picked up a few fiction. Obviously the James Patterson, but I really am into knowledge and information. So I did pick up the intellectual devotional. If you know anything about this, they have one for history and different stuff. They take certain knowledge, fields of knowledge, and they give you like what they deem to be the most interesting or important things for you to learn. And you're supposed to read it like one a day, I believe. Um, yeah, so every single day you're learning one more thing about a topic you're interested in, and this one is health. You guys know I talk about it all the time, but I may not. I'm not gonna read it like that. Probably this would be something I'll pick up, maybe read for like 20 minutes, and then put it back. It does have a nice little bookmark in it, and this is like brand new. And then I did pick up this because I am gluten sensitive and I am dairy sensitive. I don't have celiac, but I do have stomach problems that I talked to you guys about. So I did pick up the gluten connection, and it's about how gluten sensitivity may be sabotaging your life from your skin to your respiratory. This is something I really need to read, and it's probably going to scare the heck out of me. I don't ever see myself going completely gluten free, but I know a lot of people choose to eat gluten on a certain day and then they go gluten free other days. Don't know if I could do it, but we'll see. And then I have a few fiction left. So this one's called by Catherine McGowan. It is called The Expected One. And this is about um, supposedly 2,000 years ago, Mary Magdalene hid a set of scrolls in the French Pyrenees, okay? A gospel that contains her version. It was her gospel. People talk about this and they debate about this in religion all the time, if she really has a gospel. So a journalist began researching a new book and apparently she comes across this or something. So it's a mystery and historical, and um, this sounds just really fascinating to me. This I picked up primarily because of the cover, but this is just a proof of the book. It's called Royce's, and it's just like a young adult by Margaret Stout, and she wrote. Gosh, what book did she write? If you're familiar with young adult fiction, you recognize this, so that's why I really trusted this book, and it looks like a fun beach read. So, and I don't have a lot of fun beach reads because I pick books like this. This is The Collectors. I think it's a movie, right? So it's about a the Speaker of the House is killed, and there's a secret club called the Camel Club, and the director of the Library of Congress's rare books was killed, and they're finding like there's people that are trying to steal all these rare American books. And I love anything that's like mystery and connected to history. So I got this. They had a bunch of copies. I picked the best one. So those are all the books I got. Really good, I think, choices. I'm very picky now about what I choose. And I'm really challenging myself in the next 33 days to try to read as many books as possible. So keep your fingers crossed that I can do that because I do need to clear off some of this off this bookshelf because I just don't have room for it anymore, and that's the problem. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.